9-game losing streak, Kyle. As a curious statistic from last year, that Huddersfield were on a 9-game losing streak as they went into Magic Weekend. They ended up winning that game against Hull FC. In fact, they haven't lost a game of 10 losing streak game since 2000-2001 season. So an awful lot of history at stake as well here this afternoon in this fantastic stadium, as York Knights get hold of the ball for the first time this afternoon. That bright yellow ball that the players are going to be playing with, and if it gets booted out in among the fans, then they get the opportunity to keep it. And York looking to keep possession in these early stages over on the far side.
Yeah, a little bit of ball movement there, Fraser, earlier in the piece, just testing out Huddersfield's right edge as Thompson just looks to get ever more closer towards that halfway line.
Mark Applegarth, having seen his side win against Castleford last week, and they needed to get into some decent form because it hasn't been good for them recently. Just the 2 wins in the 13 matches. As Swift takes a good catch down at the back here for a first return for the Huddersfield Giants.
Yeah, big plus getting Adam Swift back last week. 143 metres, Fraser, a try and 8 tackle breaks on his return to the Giants.
Still waiting for the smoke to clear here over the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Those pyrotechnics did a real good job of clouding things up a little bit as far as the view is concerned, but that will no doubt get better as the game goes on. Huddersfield in this first set trying to push forward towards the halfway line. Tara Jones is our referee this afternoon. Jack Smith is the video ref. As Huddersfield make it to the end of their first set and hoist it forward for York to try and take on their own 10-metre line, and a little bit of a slip there from Taumata Arfa.
Yeah, this is where Huddersfield need to be really good throughout the whole course of the 80 minutes. The back 5 of York absolutely murdered Castleford last week. 750 metres between them they racked up. They were so good.
Galliano with the first carry. There's McShane, that's a long way out, just really juggling the ball there. As Cody Hunter sailed the ball, almost wriggle away from him. He's been a revelation since joining York from Newcastle Knights. Done very, very well in the halves.
I just think there maybe York are just showing their hand early on that they're going to test this right edge. That width of pass there to Hunter as he now boots the ball downfield.
And Swift again takes it more or less on his own 20-metre line, bringing it forward. It's a good return for the Huddersfield Giants. Big changes to their side this afternoon. 5 changes, in fact. Kyle, the big headline, of course, no Jacob Gargay.
Yeah, maybe a big loss. The top try scorer, Fraser, ever present. He loses that record. Jacob Gargay, offload from Frenton Rodgers.
Ball goes loose, but they've managed to pick up the loose ball with George Flanagan just over the halfway line. Getting in the way of each other there. Flanagan and Zach Wolford. And that's a gift, giving back possession to York.
Away now! Hold, go one. Oh no, Fenton!
Just short of the halfway line now, York Knights, as they move it away down to the left flank. Quick ball for McShane before it's dropped down on the halfway line. Again to the left side, just trying to work themselves a bit of space. This is a good run. This is a lovely run here. York managed to get a long way down the field there.
And Mikhail Williams in the end just loses the ball, but I mentioned earlier on that they went twice with shape and they've come again for a 3rd time and they've cut them open. Just gets on the outside of Connor Wrench there, but Wrench does enough. Warning shots have been fired.
Plenty for Mark Applegarth to think about in these opening stages of the game.
He's just tied up Tuilola here really well. He gets caught on that lead and it creates a 3-on-2. Mikhail Williams does really well but just loses it at the final part. The scrum 25 metres away from Huddersfield's line.
Just 2 wins all season so far for Huddersfield. One of those was, of course, against York. Coming just after they'd managed to get that incredible win against Wigan as well But since then, winless run so far for Jim Lenihan.
This will help. Penalty given away there. Xavier Varr just in that collision just too long. Jim Lenihan will come into this a little bit more confident, Fraser, won't he, after the performance that they put over at the DIY Kitchen Stadium last week?
They were so much improved, weren't they? Green shoots of recovery, perhaps. Huddersfield and in possession and inside York territory. On the hands it goes. Tolo with a good run to the 20-metre line. Here with quick hands, forcing it closer towards the line. Down the left it comes. Fenton Rogers just a couple of metres short now. Walford goes away to his left side. They've got men over here if they can find them. Dunford is tackled just a couple of metres short. Swift was waiting just behind him. Zenon gets it away. Chip over the top here from Ollie Russell. Everybody diving for it, and they come up away with it here with David Nofaluma for York. That's a good catch and good return.
Oh, what a season he's having, David Nofaluma. He tops all the good metrics for York. Top carries, meters, offloads, tries. It's the full package on that left wing. Lola here bats that ball straight into his hands, but it's York who transition defence into attack, and they're over the halfway now.
Good attacking run here again from York, bringing it out to the right hand side. Galliano waiting at dummy half, decides to go on a bit of a run himself. 4 in the tackle to eventually bring him down. There's Inman standing just behind him. Shane again. Chip forward over the top. It's a nice ball in towards the corner. That's well picked up by George Flanagan, but it's under real pressure from the galloping Huddersfield guys coming towards him.
Yeah, it's a quality end to the set, isn't it? George Flanagan in the right place, takes that ball, but he has to make himself small, a metre outside of his line, and these are difficult carries now. Swift pumping the legs, 10 metres away.
Flanagan was under real pressure, had to take the tackle close to his line. Slowly working it through now. Huddersfield's been a steady start from both sides, just completing their sets. No one with any real great threats so far, as Lola Hare hoists a big high ball up there. Taken well by John Bennison.
I'd like to see a little bit more kick pressure there on Tuilola Hare. He done so well for 5 tackles and then just let him kick the ball wherever he wanted. As a result, York start the set deeper inside their own half.
Nico Williams again for York, almost to the 40-metre line. His 3rd successive appearance, Nico Williams, after missing 7. Here's Galliano. 9 tries to his credit so far this season. Shane waiting just behind him. That's another 6. Hanging too long in the tackle there, Huddersfield. And a chance to try and build some more pressure now for the York Knights. Inman again, restarting things. Shane handing it off. Cannon taking the tackle as Inman gets it away to McShane once more. And they're going from right to left here. This is a lovely run. He might just get an offload here. He has done. Holyfield can't quite hold on the ball. Oh, the try line was begging for the York Knights, but Holyfield just couldn't keep his footing.
Goodness me, Cody Hunter there. There's an overchase from Asher O'Donnell. He spots it. He snaps hard off his left foot. And they're just not able to ice this opportunity. York have started brighter in the opening 9 minutes, and my goodness, it should have definitely been a try.
Well, these two sides have got points in them. We met earlier in this season. Huddersfield beating York 34 points to 14. That was their only home win of the season so far.
Again, no Fraser, that right edge. There's joy there for them.
If they can find it. Huddersfield again in possession then, trying to move away from their own try line, which is good tackling defence here from the York Knights. There's Walford back in the side after recovering from an HIA. He missed the game last week against Wakefield. They were so close to hanging on for a win. Had that pass from Ollie Russell not gone astray. Another test out at the back, and he's gone backwards here. It'll be picked up, and this could be Huddersfield's first try. That is a brilliant finish over in the corner, and Tanguy Zenon making the best of a mistake from the York Knights defence, and that is the first try of the Magic weekend.
It was a shocker from John Pennison. The kick pressure from Inman was exceptional, but the catch warranted that. He spills the ball backwards, and in the end, Zenon just waiting to see if his left foot, I think it was Fraser, it might have just crossed over the sideline here near Nofaluma. It's only to Mata Afa. If he gets there, it's an incredible effort.
Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah.
It might just save Benison here.
Okay, thank you. Time off.
Well, there is a formal review going on. Does the foot go into touch there?
Well, on that angle, it didn't look like it. Maybe a question mark over whether they onside.
Well, it's not just the foot in touch, but onside, offside as well. So, for the first time then, we will hear from the video referee, Jack Smith.
Formal review, potential offside. We've got Tanguy Zenon, who does... Yeah, my picture's come up to air now. Tanguy Zenon's required from both. Yeah, pause the ball on the foot. Tanguy Zenon needs to have both feet behind the ball, which he has not got. So we'll run this through now to any involvement. He's not played back onside by Ollie Russell. He is then moving at speed and is in the eye line of John Benison as he goes down there. Go through to the catch, please. And as you can see on that, Tanguy Zenon is in close proximity and in the eye line of John Benison. So this will be no try. And Tanguy Zenon is in close proximity. It's going to be no try, he's offside and involved.
Well, there you go, Kyle. First refereeing decision of the afternoon going to the referee in the video booth. And this one is turned down. Correct decision.
Yeah, well, it saves the blushes to John Benison again. Tom Inman's work from marker. He really does put pressure on Ollie Russell on the left edge. They lack detail in being onside, and only a yard costs them. Jim Lenihan will be disappointed with that because the detail is everything.
So York let off the hook in these early stages with just over 10 minutes gone in this game. Still no points on the board, but certainly the first real threat of seeing a try in this game in what's been a pretty difficult opening stage for either side to really get hold of this game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, I do believe that York have had the better field position and have played a little bit better over the course of the 10 minutes, but he get let off there. Zenon denied a try, which would have been his first since that. Oh, there's it. Oh, spring well brought down here.
It was a good burst through again from Ollie Fields. They're still going though. Quick plays of the ball here for York Knight. McShane gets it down the right flank. Galliano trying to find a bit of space down to John Benison. Well, he wriggled and he danced his way over the try line, and having almost put his side in real trouble just a few minutes ago, John Benison atones for the drop and gets the first try.
Brilliant stuff there from John Benison. Again, he'll have been relieved just moments earlier. I mentioned that the left edge of York has been pretty potent, but it comes out to the right-hand side, and John Benison gets over. Magic Weekend has a new home, and that was a brilliant finish. He comes out here to the right-hand side. McShane chips the ball on. Neat work from Galliano, but then the footwork back just to beat the chasing would-be defenders from Huddersfield Giants. It needed some finishing, and John Benison does it.
Absolutely terrific footwork from John Bennison. And the first of the unique celebrations is the robot. And that wins £180 from headline sponsors Betfred, going to charity. Chance then for Cody Hunter to try and add the extras from a pretty difficult angle. But he struck it nicely. Oh, it's just gone wide. There's plenty of movement on that ball, Kyle, from the kick.
Just turned
Cody Hunter.
Yeah, just turned at the end there. We're past that left-hand post, but we're just seeing the try here once more. Again, it's neat work. Galliano, Bennison, all the Huddersfield Giants chasers. Dunford can't get there. John Bennison scores.
And we've already got a few of those balls in the crowd as well, so it's catch and keep. If you're a fan out there and you catch the ball, somebody going to be going home with a lot of very nice souvenirs this afternoon from the Magic Weekend, as York once again receive it deep inside their own territory. 4 points to 0, and the game in York's favour now after that could have been a really costly mistake earlier on by York, and Bennison dropping the ball. But that is how rugby league can turn on its head so quickly. Thompson taking the tackle and then bringing it back in to Matt Arthur. And again, Hunter with the high kick. Swift is underneath it, but the York Knights players right up on him very quick.
Yeah, perfect set after points there, Fraser. I understand landing the ball on Adam Swift's head. He's probably got the better carry out of backfield, and straight away it just takes him out the game.
Tane Milne. 38 offloads for Tane Milne this season. It's the most of any player in Super League so far. Keep your eye out in case that happens again. Every chance it will. Patolo rolling it back. And Russell getting the kick away. It's another tester right into the hands of John Bennison, and he's looking right into the sun at the moment. So while he's in that position and the ball keeps coming down that side, it's going to be difficult for him with the sun blazing into his eyes every time the ball goes over the top.
York make their first change. Xavier Var making way for Paul Vaughan as an offload here.
It's a lovely bit of work. Nikhil Williams. Paul Vaughan did 152 metres with the ball. Here he comes. Last week.
It's been quality for them. Look there, 3 people on his back. Gets his side a quick play of the ball. Hunter kicking into that corner once again.
Swift again going for it, as is Flanagan, who takes this one with a high leap. Vaughan was only on the pitch for 43 minutes. He made 152 metres against Castleford.
He was just so much more direct in the second half with the York team, and Castleford couldn't cope with them. Sure, O'Donnell out on that far side. The Huddersfield Giants, they're just really struggling for any kind of goal forward.
They've not really had any meaningful possession inside York territory, have they?
No, none whatsoever. I don't think they've had a play of the ball inside of York's 20. There's a high kick towards Matarafa here. He'll return this straight away.
Plenty of ground in front of him. Oh, that was a loose pass.
Yeah, he just doesn't need to do that. He really doesn't. Just pushes that pass. The best play would have just been to tear straight back in. He's asking an awful lot there from David Nofaluma.
Well, we know Nofaluma is a fantastic player, but that's asking an awful lot from there.
Shot there. Straight under the ball on him, and he's been brilliant. It's only his 5th start. It's been a fantastic pickup.
played 45 minutes against Castleford last week, having previously made 66 appearances for Halifax and 12 at Newcastle. Tom Inman having to do some defending now, though, the York Knights. Mathieu Kozar, as it's rolled back again, looking for Russell. And now they've got a chance to really put some meaningful pressure on the York Knights line for pretty much the first time. 6 more as well. Kozar, tackle just short. Wolford gets it away to the right-hand side. Quick hands and a chance here. Almost running over the line there, Asher O'Donnell.
What a tackle.
Last gasp effort from York Knights, and then they come up with a bit of an error. And they've thrown it away here.
It's a penalty given here. Tara Jones.
Hands in there.
Yeah, just reaching around at the play of the ball. That was an important tackle. I thought he got the better of Cody Hunter, but he manages just to hang on in the end. Just see there the ball, and I think it's Jordan Thompson as well through the central part of the field who's offside. But this is a try saver. Yard short. Asher O'Donnell there picked up a slight knock during that tackle from Hunter.
A penny for Jim Lenihan's thoughts as we wait for the injury to be sorted out.
I don't think they'd be panicking too much at all. The scoreboard is only 4-0 and they've not had any real sort of field position whatsoever.
Well, he talked a lot, didn't he, in the early stages about the fitness levels at the Huddersfield Giants not being quite good enough. They've certainly had an awful lot of work put into them since then.
Just seen here as Cody Hunter just catches him under his ankle there, doesn't he, as he's trying to make that attempt.
It's a little bit of a twist.
Yeah, I think it might be a bit more than a twist, Fraser. He looks in a lot of discomfort there. There's nothing much more that Cody Hunter could do, really. It's a desperate play for a tackle. He's beaten him on his outside shoulder and he's hanging on, trying to pull him down. The weight just goes through the back of his legs.
Well, this could be a crucial period, as you can see from the graphic there. Huddersfield having conceded the most number of tries in the 20 to 30 minute bracket, as Tanguy Zenon brings it forward for Huddersfield. Wolford waiting for possession, goes away to his left flank, over the top of everybody. Adam Swift has a lot of work to do here. Recycles the ball. Ollie Russell taking the tackle, and they've gone backwards here, Huddersfield. That's Wolford again. Joe Greenwood, who's come on as a substitute for Huddersfield. Down the flank again, Milne getting it away in towards. Oh, it's a lovely overlap ball. And Chris Patolo, simple as you like. It opened up in front of him, a huge gap. And Huddersfield, all of a sudden, are back in the game.
Yeah, they sure are. It was Joe Greenwood's carry. Their inability to put him down. They put 4 on the short side against 2 attackers. And that means there's a mismatch on the open side of the field. They just move the ball, dig into the line, and it's just a soft short pass there. Paul McShane worried about all that shape on his outside. Patolo, he just goes straight through the front door and sends an arrow through it on his way.
Well, Jai Arrow, of course, one of the players who's being affected by MND, so I'm sure we'll see a lot of the players this weekend making that sign as a show of support.
Absolutely.
And as I say, £180 again going to charity for all of the unique celebrations that we see here this afternoon.
Chris Patolo with his first try of 2026. And in the Super League as well.
Flanagan managed to kick 3 from 4 last weekend at Wakefield. This one should be fairly routine. Taking all the time he can to make sure he sets himself right and finds the space between the uprights. And Huddersfield now in front for the first time in the game.
Chris Bertolo finding that space on the inside of Paul McShane, the inside defender there. That's just too easy. Mark Applegarth won't like that, a big middle just going straight through without a finger laid on him. But of course for the Giants, they'll be pretty pleased, won't they? You know, only a couple of players down there and they've managed to get over. The message is just get down there as much as you can, I suppose.
Well, after a somewhat shaky start perhaps, this game really starting to warm up now here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. First match of Magic Weekend inside this fantastic facility with a capacity of just over 52,000. The ball comes loose here, McShane comes away with it. Nico Williams, and another opportunity gifted for York.
Tom Inman again, just gets underneath the ball there on Cozza once more. And York have a wonderful opportunity here, 20 metres away.
Holyfield takes the tackle, Inman waits just behind him. Thompson offloading it for Vaughan. Eventually tackled with 3 Huddersfield shirts around him. 6 more has been given as well, so they've got a real massive opportunity here, York. As Hunter offloads it, finds Vaughan. Vaughan going, hunting towards the try line. Still going, Paul Vaughan. Terrific work from the big man. They eventually bring him down just a metre or so short of the line. Knocking on the door here, York Knights. They play it short for McShane. He's looking for some support in the shape of Galliano. Galliano short as well. Bennison eager to get it away. Down the left side again. Vaughan going for the line once more.
It's a huge tackle there on Paul Vaughan. 6 again called once more.
So the pressure really building here on the Huddersfield line. As Jordan Thompson takes the tackle. Inman surveying his options. Goes to the left side this side. Time. Closer and closer the York Knights get. Can they turn this pressure into points? As Martin goes down in the challenge. Waiting for Inman. Inman goes left again this time. Hunter bringing it back inside. Waiting for some support. Going for the line himself. Has he got it down? I think he has. Cody Hunter looked like he was running out of space there, but somehow managed to get the ball down over the line. And look at the joy on their faces. York Knights get their second try.
Cody Hunter with tries in 3 successive games, and he already showed his hand for the first one earlier on, but that opportunity where Holyfield couldn't take it in. And if it works once and he goes through, well, you bet your bottom dollar it'll work again. Steps hard on his left foot once more. And that really, Fraser, for me is the reason why this Huddersfield Giants team are at the bottom of the Betfred Super League. Because Cody Hunter should not be scoring there. There's about 5 or 6 opportunities, and that's just too easy. It really is. Will take nothing away from the halfback. He just takes the line on, backs himself, and gets that ball down.
3 in the tackle there from Huddersfield. And from that position, Cody Hunter had absolutely no right to score there. But my word, terrific work from the halfback, and now the chance to add the extras. It's shaping up into a really interesting game, this one now. The 2 sides at the bottom of the Super League table with an awful lot to gain from 2 points this afternoon. And Cody Hunter could well play a major part in how this game plays out.
Yeah, it's just really sloppy there from the first line of defence there. He beats Joe Greenwood, but then he should not be getting down there. He really shouldn't. York, they're in delirium.
Let's get down to pitch side for the first time this afternoon, and let's hear from Jenna.
Yeah, good afternoon, Fraser. Good afternoon, Fraser. A couple of minutes ago, we saw Asher O'Donnell helped from the pitch. Confirmed ankle injury. They are hopeful that they'll be able to get the Giants' second roll back on later.
Thanks, Jenna. Should be a big player for Huddersfield. He's had a real impact this season. Referee has blown the whistle again here, and another penalty has been awarded to York.
And the yardage penalty as well. Harry Rushton just giving away that penalty, and it just means York through Cody Hunter's boot. Look when they'll start this set here, 5 metres away from crossing inside of Huddersfield's territory as Galliano crashes into 3 of them.
McShane again towards this right-hand side. Buchanan will let it go. McShane once more. Inman, short ball and towards Martin. Inman once more. They've got good speed in their hands here. York are still going down the left flank. Norfoluma brought out 10 metres short, still stealing an extra half-yard though, as the ball eventually comes back. Cody Hunter back in once more for Thompson, waiting for some support. I was hoping that Martin might take it off him, but Inman goes down the left instead, still going here. Great work once more. York have got the ball down once again. Have they left it? Have they lost it? Right, it was Nico Williams.
It's tackle 5. I've got no try. Please check around
called.
Back again then for Jack Smith to make the decision.
Tackle 5, live decision, no try. Checking grounding of the ball. Appears to come out the hand on that angle. The ball appears to be bounced. See if we've got anything else. Camera 8. Camera 1, I think, is going to be our best then. Reaching out to ground the ball, making a tackle, and the ball is lost. The ball is lost into the in-goal area, so this will be no try, it will be 20-metre restart.
Well, we did wonder whether the downward pressure had been applied there by Nico Williams, and you can tell from the video referee there that it wasn't. And another York try is chalked off.
Well, the opportunities have been there. You just can't quite execute. That's 2 tries I'd make it that this York team have bombed. 12 points they maybe have left out there.
Well, that's a bit of a let-off for Huddersfield. Another try at this juncture with, 13 minutes remaining in the first half. Could have made things very, very difficult. Let's head back down pitch side for another update from Jenna.
Yeah, it just might be a little bit deceiving from your air-conditioned commentary box up there, Fraser. It's very hot down here. In fact, Fenton Rogers just came off for Huddersfield, and he said he's never played in such humid conditions. It is quite overcast. 21 degrees it's meant to be today. I can tell you it feels a lot hotter than that.
It is nice and toasty. Kyle Amor had a very red face as he came into the commentary box, having climbed all the stairs with all that food that he got himself earlier on.
Don't you start,
How you put it away, I've absolutely no idea. Hollow legs, I think. Jordan Thompson rolling it back here for Huddersfield. Back again from Wolford. A little chip forward from Tui Olahea, and he's chasing after it himself.
Oh, he spilled the ball though. He's done enough for Tui Olahea. It was a nothing on kick, really. Straight into the arms towards Nofaluma. He picks it up, but under the pressure there from Tui Olahea, just spills it.
Well, there might be a challenge here.
I don't think they're going to win it.
Yeah, well, there we go. First captain's challenge of the Magic weekend. And from that video replay that we've just seen...
Yeah, he's wasted it. Oh.
OK, so claim of high contact on Nofaluma as Tui Olahea went chasing after the ball.
Well, not trying to reverse, Fraser. I didn't see the high
sure?
contact. I was looking at the ball.
Are you sure? Well, he's going down in the tackle, isn't he, to try and pick the ball up. So, is that a high enough bit of contact, Kyle, do you think?
No way.
Yeah. having a look at this one in the video booth.
Surely not.
And the challenge is successful.
Oh my
The
goodness.
challenge is successful. Well, you can see from the replay there.
Unless it was perhaps the leg. Maybe the leg. It definitely
Wow.
wasn't high. Not having that.
Well, there you go. Well, you're not the one in the video booth, but it's given as a successful challenge. But you're not having it.
No, Tara Jones just explained there that it was actually the boot of Tuilola here. It was the kick or the trip, if you want to call it. Well, the right call in the end. Now I am reversing.
York leading by 10 points to 6. And in possession, having had a successful captain's challenge. But Huddersfield now showing a bit of fight, pushing York back here. And that does seem to have been missing perhaps a little bit from that performance last week against Wakefield, where they were absolutely in the fight from the first minute to the last.
Look, I mean, on another day, Fraser, this game by half-time could have maybe been put to bed. But York, through their inability to finish it off, have just allowed the Giants just to stay in this contest. Although they have been starved of possession.
Buchanan rolls it back then for Inman and now McShane. Hunter with the little offload.
Good
And the
tackle
ball's
there.
got to ground again.
Tristan Powell, 39 tackles last week against Wakefield. He's the top tackler for the Giants in season 2026, and he comes up with an important one there on Holyfield. He's dropped a couple already today.
Holyfield it was who lost possession under real pressure from Tristan Powell, who is the third highest tackler in Super League going into this round, 566. Tackle machine for the Huddersfield Giants. Scrum down then, and Huddersfield get possession back again with Tane Milne onto the halfway line for Huddersfield. Greenwood still trying to steal an extra yard or two. They need to find something special here. Huddersfield going into the closing stages of the first half. As Wolford gets it away, lovely offload from Powell. Lolohea, high ball over the top. Is that just the sort of thing that is going to give Huddersfield a shot in the arm?
6 again called here, Nofaluma.
Well, the opportunities are being laid out for them now.
6 again.
On a plate. On the left they go. Russell in through to the middle. Once again for Rushton. Gaia. Russell again. Finding Flanagan. Flanagan with a show and go. Brought down just a metre or two short of the line, and Flanagan always a box of tricks with ball in hand. They've gone for it themselves here though with Tanguy Zenon, but he's going to be held up just over the line. And Zenon will get us restarted once more. Russell gets it away out through the middle. Good work again before Rushton. Rushton back out towards Gaia. Down the flank it goes, and it just comes off the chest here, and it could be away here, York, if he can find some support. He can't, Cody Hunter. There's another opportunity gifted to York by Huddersfield.
Yeah, the pick-up from Nofaluma and then the little flick pass to send Cody Hunter away was slick. Just keep your eyes on this here. Oh, brilliant. 6 again called now.
It's Conor Wrench who... the ball bouncing off the top of it. And the referee's blown the whistle here. Look at that completion rate, Kyle.
Yeah. Huddersfield Giants, they are completing better, but the possession has gone heavily in favour of York.
A lot of missed tackles as well from Huddersfield.
Yes. Perfect, thank you. Put him back.
Well, only 4 points between these two sides, Kyle, at this stage in the game, but York will probably feel like they could and should be further in front.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've just been playing off some decent ruck speed as well, and they've won 4-6 again. Swift, doesn't he do well?
Lovely run from Swift. Waiting for some support. The tackle was completed there, though.
Oh, he's given a penalty away. The tackle was complete, and he's offloaded the ball there after some wonderful work. He does ever so well here, then just has a little bit of a brain explosion. I think they're going to appeal this actually, because on that right arm doesn't touch the floor there.
Well, yeah, it certainly looked from the replay that we just saw that that was the case. So we need to see from this angle. It's actually bouncing off the top of the York player there. He still hasn't put the carrying arm on the floor. Is there any contact there? Difficult to see.
No, he's going to win this challenge. There's nothing wrong with that. Swift's right arm doesn't hit the floor at any point during that motion or that attempted tackle. And that's play on. He'll get the ball back here.
Well, the challenge is unsuccessful. Well, you can understand why the decision was maybe originally made, as you could see. Sorry, successful. You could see that the ball carrying arm bounced off a York player rather than hitting the deck. So York then having to defend on their own 20-metre line here. Huddersfield pushing closer and closer. Russell gets it away into the middle for Lollahea. Little handoff. Wrench takes the tackle. Guyer gets it away again. Into the middle for Powell. 10 metres away now, the Huddersfield Giants. Russell once more, looking for Flanagan. In towards the corner, can't get it out the back door. Swift was waiting, but it didn't work out.
A decent right edge defence there from Galliano, who just does enough to hold Zenon up. With the sideline beckoning, he decides just to try and promote that ball in an impossible situation. He was heading over the sideline either way. But York survived their goal line once more.
York will be pleased with having seen another opportunity successfully defended, pretty much on their own goal line. Just the one try for Huddersfield so far. Scoring tries has been really difficult for them overall. They've only scored 43 all season. York with 53 going into this game. As Vaughan brings it towards the halfway line. This is the last one. And the kick to Flanagan. Needs a decent return, but good chasing again from the York Knights. Swift. Still going Swift. Galliano can't bring him down, but eventually they do. Zenon again, rolling it back. Dunford on the halfway line. Lollahea, that's too far a pass, and there's just been too many little errors like that that keep going astray.
And that's twice now. Lollahea has come up with a bit of a sloppy pass, but he's got a chance to put it right with a boot. It's straight down the throat. Mata'afa.
Good gains as well there from Mata'afa, a good 15 metres or so. Pretty much the opposite of what George Flanagan was able to do in the previous set.
I think York have just finished the sets really well. Fraser, to be honest.
Hasn't been anything particularly fancy or flashy, has it? It's
not really.
Been solid.
Yeah, that's all that's needed to be done. You know, a couple of opportunities that they'll maybe wish that they would have nailed, but a 4-point lead as Paul Vaughan just crashes over 35 metres away from York side.
Galliano.
Does a lot of work, doesn't he, Scott Galliano?
He's got the dancing feet on as well. Barmforth on as a substitute. He loves to run at defenders too, with ball in hand. Galliano again. Just over 10 metres away from the Huddersfield line. Vaughan going for the line himself. Good offload for Barmforth. Barmforth trying to step through the defenders who hadn't quite got back into position. Before Thompson again rolls it out to the left side. High ball over the top, looking for Nofaluma. David Nofaluma in the corner, as he's done time and time again this season. And he scores on the flank where he is so dangerous.
He is, David Nofaluma, his 10th try in Super League. That was a really nice work try, but I want you to keep your eyes on the play before. Tuilola here. He's asking men to come out and help him. The space is too big. The 3 defenders trying to defend half of the field. They get a little late reaction, but it's not quick enough. And in the end, Cody Hunter, he just has so many men to pick from. Just flicked it over the top there, and there's an almighty space. And for a man with a prolific try-scoring record throughout his career, that is just far too inviting. And David Nofaluma just puts a real dent into this Huddersfield Giants team.
And another celebration, which means another £180 into the charity pot. David Nofaluma, as you say, 10 tries for the season. And free scoring over on that left flank, he absolutely loves it. I remember seeing him play against Bradford earlier in the season where he scored a hat-trick on that occasion, but still ended up on the losing side, incredibly. Hunter then with a really difficult one from right over in the corner, and he stubbed it a little bit by the looks of things.
He's not brought his boots with him. But again, you just see this here. This tackle here before. Just watch. A little bit behind on that one is when Paul Vaughan goes crashing in. Just watch here on the right edge. You've got Joe Greenwood there, the right edge back rower, who's attracted in. Lollahey is asking for help, he's asking for help. And the movements just aren't quick enough. And it just puts him under all sorts of pressure.
York then receiving on their own try line, moving it back towards halfway with 30 seconds remaining in this first half. York now leading by 14 points to 6, and if we're being honest, it could and possibly should be more than that. John and Sam, of course, pre-match both went for a Huddersfield win.
It's not looking good at the moment, is it?
It's looking very good if you're a York Knights fan, as they try and offload here just a little bit too quickly. Hooter goes for the end of the first half, and it's the York Knights who are very much in the ascendancy. 3 tries from them, from Benison, Hunter and Nofaluma. They've had a great first half, but it could have been more.
It could have been more.
weekend 2026 here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium in Liverpool. We had the Year 10 Girls Champion Schools Final between St John Fisher of Dewsbury and Liberty Academy of Hull. A fantastic match, won in the end by Liberty Academy, 32 points to 4. Great game though, and I hope both teams can feel rightly proud of the achievements of simply making a final like this. Presentations about to take place. Delighted to welcome Super League legend Paul Cook, who's just had to run over from these players. For making these presentations. Our first presentations are to the match officials in the Year 10 Girls Champion Schools Final. They are our touch judges Darcy Howe and Kate Atkinson, and our match referee Esme Wright. Our next presentation is to the player of the match in the Year 10 Girls Champion Schools Final. It's awarded to Liberty Academy's number 13, Nancy Palmer.
Jesse Southwell finds Upton. Bamblett trying to get on the outside of Ben, puts away Johnson, and she's got a double in the second half, the winger. There's the arrow, she loves it. And the Broncos extend their lead.
Well, of course, the Broncos dominated that all-Queensland clash earlier this morning. We're at the Hill Dickinson for the 2026 Betfred Super League Magic Weekend. Remember, though, we will continue with our coverage from the NRLW on Sky Sports tomorrow. Eels Tigers at 2:50 a.m. on Sky Sports Mix. Same channel for the Warriors and Bulldogs as round one gets into full swing down under. Well, we've got the first 40 minutes of the 2026 Magic Weekend done and dusted. It's two sides lingering at the bottom of the Betfred Super League table, but it's a game of huge importance, particularly for the Huddersfield Giants, who are looking to climb out of the bottom two, secure 12th spot and probably a place in Super League in 2027. They trail, though, at half-time to a York Knights side, Sam Tompkins, John Wilkin, that it must be said are full value for that half-time lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they started the better of the two sides. I thought York were really dominant when they were defending. They were getting stuck into the middles of this Huddersfield side. Huddersfield got himself back into the game, and through loads of effort. I think the stats will show what I'm trying to express here. It's the full of effort. Huddersfield, they've got bodies in the right pitch, they've got bodies in the frame all the time, but with no polish.
Statistically represented by play the balls in the opposition 20.
19 play the balls in the opposition 20. They get into the right end of the field, but they've just not got that polish, too much sloppy skill, where they've got to be really crisp. We've spoken about how vital this win is for Huddersfield. They can't let opportunities go amiss when they're camped on the try line with an opportunity to score.
Huddersfield Giants fans thought they had got the first try of Magic Weekend 2026.
Yeah, without doubt, it was a kick and it was a chase and it was John Bennison and all sorts of pressure, but this is the detail that Huddersfield have got wrong. Tanguy Zenon just stood offside. He probably doesn't ground the ball either, but deemed to have a real influence on John Bennison, but it flipped, didn't it? John Bennison at fault for what was the no try. Fortunate in that regard, but this is where York have looked good. I think physically they've been strong and carried the ball well, and that's made the shape look ever so effective. Bennison with great feet on the end of it, and York just, for me, looked crisper with the ball, but it's off the back of the physicality they've brought to the game. Sam, you're right, Huddersfield got themselves back into it.
They did, they got themselves in the right positions, and this was Paul McShane. We've got to highlight him, he's the third man in. He's a hooker by trade. That's a really, really strange position for McShane. Number 9, he's so focused on what's out the back of that play that he misses the big fella on his inside shoulder.
Yeah. Defending your goal line is an art form, and as a fullback, Sam, there's obviously some big plays that you have to defend, don't you?
Yeah,
you know?
And Paul McShane, although he's experienced at defending the middle of the field, shoulder to shoulder with other middles, so for him to be out on an edge and having to pick and make a really tough read, he got it wrong on that one.
Okay, let's dive into something more technical as well for a fullback, which John is learning. Paul McShane out of position, George Flanagan in position at fullback. But for the Cody Hunter try, you've had a closer look at this and feel as a fullback he could have maybe and should have done better.
Yeah, firstly, with some great footwork from Cody Hunter. He beats 2 or 3 players. He's very nimble, and he's gonna get around and make some space near the try line. But it was the effort from Flanagan. He's in the right position. He's in the right position, and we'll see where he comes in. But he's not quite got it technically right. And again, Huddersfield, they're already done on the edge. They've not got a great threat against them, and he missed it later on in the game. They get it wrong again, Huddersfield. It was an amazing pass to an edge, but it's Huddersfield again. They've got bodies round there. They're just not quite as polished as they need to be.
Yeah, slight error on the graphics. That's the No Fluma try. Sam's alluding to the Cody Hunter try, which obviously preceded that one, where Cody Hunter really challenged what's a tired Huddersfield middle. And once he steps back to the inside, Huddersfield need to do more, but it just didn't get it right.
We did say they've got threats out wide, haven't they?
Yeah, well, No Fluma's their star for me. Him and Mataafa, their combination. No Fluma, look, he rides that challenge from Flanagan. There's a skill in that. We've seen it from Mike Acevo all year, that strength into contact when a fullback's covering. But yeah, Cody Hunter's had a great game, nimble footwork, and this is where you
great footwork. George Flanagan, he's in position, but it's got to be a catching motion rather than a grabbing. As we'll see as he comes in, he's over the top of the ball, reaching down. At that point, George Flanagan, as a fullback, has to get something under the ball. If you can get both hands under, we see Jay Field do it very well. Get your legs under. You've got one job: keep that ball off the floor, and he missed his assignment there.
Huddersfield need wins. Their best chance of getting wins are the sides just above them in the Spetford Super League table. Can they get their way back into this one?
Well, yeah, I just think they need some consistency in how they play. They turn up against Wakefield, have a dig, and they turn up here in a flat, physically poor, and got bullied by York, like dominated by York. It's embarrassing for Huddersfield. They don't deserve a place in Super League, Brian, if they want to toss that up. 1 week to next week, the difference between their good and their bad is that big, that they're a championship club. Go back down to the championship, get yourselves together, and that's it, because that's just not good enough from Huddersfield.
Oh, what a joyous moment to end the first half-time of the Magic Weekend from John Wilkin. Plenty more to come over Sky Sports this weekend as we bring you all 7 games live for the 2026 Magic Weekend. We're at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. York have a half-time lead. Huddersfield, well, they'll need certainly a better second half. Chasing their 5th win of the season, York have a half-time lead in Game 1 of the 2026 Magic Weekend over a Huddersfield Giants side who have won just 2 games all year but are desperately in need of a victory here today. Chris Patolo with their tries, Benison, Hunter and No Faluma with the 4-pointers for the York Knights. Jenna standing by with the York Knights Magic Man.
Yeah, I certainly am. Paul McShane, it's a real sense that York are winning that physical battle.
Yeah, it felt all right out there. Probably a few too many errors that put us into tough situations. But I thought when we went direct and played through, and we got a lot of joy off that.
How disappointed are you by Huddersfield's try? Huddersfield's try, disappointed?
Yeah, definitely. I need to do a better job there for my team and make that tackle instead of waiting. But, you know, we dug in and we got another score after that, so we ended up being all right.
There you go. You've got the advantage. Go and get out there. Thank you so much. Just an update for you. Brian, Asher O'Donnell, who injured his ankle in that first half, he won't return because that injury was through foul play. Huddersfield can activate their 18th man, who is Matty English.
Kyler Moore, Fraser Dainton take it away. Second half of Game 1 with the Huddersfield Giants desperately in need of a response.
Yeah, something has to change in the second half, that is for sure. What a chalk and cheese performance it's been from Huddersfield compared to how they were last week, Kyle, against Wakefield, where they were right in the fight from the first minute to the last. But this performance in the first half has been nothing like that.
No, it certainly hasn't. But that's what you get, Fraser, when you're down at the bottom end and you're lacking in confidence, and you've got a new coach who's trying to bring new things, new ideas, and looking for regular consistencies. And they're just a little bit off there. They were in that first 40.
And they're on the back foot at the moment, York Knights, to try and keep Huddersfield out of the line. Just saw a shot there of Mikey Lewis watching on from the sidelines. The Hull derby, of course, coming up very, very soon. It's all derbies all the way here at Magic Weekend. That's a lovely run from Zach Wolford, just bouncing off the York defenders, and maybe, just maybe, some early signs of what Huddersfield are going to be capable of in this second half, having been given what I suspect, Kyle, will be a pretty stern talking to from Jim Lenihan.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, perhaps, you know, I think the guys pitch side nailed it really, that there's effort there and there's bodies in motion, but they just, I think Sam Tompkins described it as the lacking polish, and it's very difficult to disagree with that. But they're going to have to come up with something here. I think this next 10-15 minutes will be huge for that man's side.
Let's see how it pans out as York have possession midway inside their own half. Quick offload for Matartha. Playing at fullback this afternoon. 5 tackle busts from Tao Matartha against Castleford last week. As York picks up their 4th win of the season. Huddersfield just 2 wins all season and in all sorts of trouble at the bottom end of the Super League table. Jim Lenihan desperately trying to work his magic, but so far to no avail. Certainly not in terms of competition points anyhow. Here's Gaia. Russell gets it away again. Dunford is eventually tackled. Gaia once more. Bringing it back across through the middle, looked for the offload, went at it for the second time, and Tui Lolohea then gets it away to Flanagan, but straight away Paul McShane is right on top of him.
Smart read there, some neat work from Gaia in the build-up. Russell hoisting that ball into the corner.
There's this one going to go, it's pouched nicely, right at the back, and York breathe a little sigh of relief. Galliano. Taken, wasn't it, by Benison. Williams. Faluma getting it away. Here's Vaughan, who's came on as a first half substitute and started causing all sorts of problems for the Huddersfield defence. Little chip forward here from Denise Barmforth, who's chasing after it again, and it's almost like a football match out there momentarily from Denise Barmforth. This is a good return though from Adam Swift. Meantime, just outside the Hill Dickinson Stadium, the arrivals of the two teams ahead of the Hull derby kicking off at 3 o'clock. That one should be very tasty indeed. It always is. Cole Geyer trying to run through the York defence, getting the offload away. Good work from him. Also good work from Martin. Pulling it back for Geyer again. Russell down to the left flank. This is good work again. Oh, they're over. They have managed to get over this time. And it's Shane Dunford crashing his way through the York defence. And after a pretty abject first half from the Huddersfield Giants, maybe that is a sign of things to come.
Yeah, that's the response that they needed from Shane Dunford, who's just playing off quick rocks. Ollie Russell just digs into the line and just releases the ball, a soft shot pass, just gets in between McShane and Scott Galliano, and Dunford scores his first try for Huddersfield since arriving a couple of weeks ago. The 38th player to wear the claret and gold. It's an important score, and look what it means. Lenihan delighted with that. He knows that that's a big score in what's remaining of this game. Still plenty of time on the clock, but they needed that.
Well, whatever he said at half-time, Jim Lenihan to Shane Dunford and his squad, it does seem to have had an effect, because Huddersfield have come out with what looks like a much better attitude in this second half. Flanagan now then to try and close it to within 2 points and really put a shot in the arm for the Huddersfield Giants. Struck it well, and the flags go up and the 2 points are gained, and all of a sudden this game has a very different complexion.
Yeah, it sure does, Fraser. We're back to within a 2-point ball game, but again you can just see that one team is advancing far quicker than their opposition. They just played off the back of quick rocks, and those Huddersfield Giants fans, well, they'll be delighted with that score. 2 points, that's all that separates them now.
Game on. First match of the Magic weekend, and a little bit of magic from Shane Dunford there to make sure that these two sides are all of a sudden a lot closer. This is a terrific run. Again through the middle, this time for Harry Rushton. Gaining a good 20 metres there, and all of a sudden Huddersfield have their tails up. They're finding extra metres in the tackles here.
They just rolled 40 metres, Fraser, off 2 carries. I mentioned the ruck speed at the moment is heavily in favour of the Giants. Another quick one.
Geyer gets it away, finding Powell, and all of a sudden they're well within York territory here. And banging on the door once again, Rushton. This is the last one. Needs a decent kick. Russell it is, with a high one. Swift going chasing after it. The ball went slightly loose there, but on the second chance. But it's a knock on.
Yeah, they're going to get it back.
Wow, what a chance here for Huddersfield. Everybody chasing for that ball.
It's going to be York head and feet. Swift knocks the ball on into Bennison. The ball's going to be turned over here.
Well, York do get it back. Well, that's a gift really, because Huddersfield were threatening over on that far side.
Think about where they started there. It was a kick-off carry, wasn't it? Harry Rushton got to the central part of the field.
They were on their own line.
Yeah, and then they rolled all the way down the end and turned the ball over into the corner. Now Nofaluma in the first half was finding space. He doesn't find any there from the Giants' front line. That's a decent carry from VAR.
That's a great run from Samir VAR. Shrugging off defenders. Well, they weren't there. Here's Barmforth. Another strong, willing runner through the middle for the York Knights. There's another 6 as well being called here. As Vaughan now takes the opportunity and takes the tackle. And they're back inside Huddersfield territory. Vaughan taking exception to the end of that tackle there. Well, back again. There's McShane, still going strong at the age of 36. Great to hear from him at half-time with Jenna. He's played 16 out of 19 games so far this season, and still looking like a fantastic player.
Player of the match last week, Fraser, guiding his team to that win over Castleford. He's got his hands on the ball once more.
Buchanan inside the 10-metre line now, on the last tackle here, the York Knights. Can they turn this pressure into some points as McShane looks to get it away down the left flank? Hunter gets his hands on it, down it goes again. Nofaluma waiting for it, might get it down himself though. What a try that is from Nico Williams. It looked as if he was going to offload the ball out the back. The Huddersfield defenders took their eye off it, and Nico Williams with a bit of conjuring. Now you see it, now you don't. There it is in the in-goal area.
Nico Williams with his third score of 2026. And this should really be defended. Nico Williams just gets on the outside of Connor Wrench. Tane Milne with a winger to mark on the outside, just leaves that space. Nico Williams reaches out, dots that ball down. 2 steps forward for the Giants and 1 back. The arrow is out again.
Well, I have a feeling that the arrow celebration is going to be very, very popular this afternoon and over the course of the weekend. But Nico Williams with a little bit of genius there. And it's John Bennison now who is going to be taking over the kicking duties here. He's already got 2 to his credit so far this season. Can he make it a third from a very tight angle? Struck it well. He can indeed. The flags go up. And York again. Thanks to John Bennison. Move further in front.
And they do by 8 points. They're just sort of stretching away. Nico Williams, the ball out to the left-hand side. Gets his first try since the defeat at Huddersfield Giants over Easter. Again, he should be stopped there. Take nothing away from him. His upper body strength just allows him to get that arm down. Reset time for the Giants once more.
11 minutes gone in the second half, and the 8 points difference now in York's favour. He's going to make it all the harder now for Huddersfield to try and defend.
Goodness me!
That is a huge, huge tackle, and it looks a really bad one there. And it's Chris Patolo, who's gone down in that tackle, and it looked like a massive and really, really bad collision.
Yeah, he's in a spot of bother. Chris Patolo just collapses out of that carry from Xavier Vart so awkwardly. Straight away, it's never nice to see when you just see the head rock back and hit the floor. He was out almost straight away on immediate impact. Let's just hope he's okay.
Well, concern on the faces of everyone watching, including the Hull KR players, who are going to be in action very, very soon, later on this afternoon, of course.
Yeah, they've got a challenge coming up because they're in a stadium and in an arena where everybody, all the neutrals are going to be supporting Hull FC. Hull KR are going to have to wear a lot this afternoon. What a game it promises to be, the Hull derby. And a new home at Magic Weekend on the banks of Merseyside, and the stadium will begin to fill up over the course of the next 20 or 30 minutes or so. The Wire fans are in there too.
Well, the good news is that Chris Patolo is talking to the medical staff, so clearly conscious after what was an absolutely huge collision with Xavier Vart, and he's getting to his feet now, which is good to see.
Yeah.
Because it was a massive, massive hit.
Just a reminder, isn't it, of how ferocious and uncompromising this sport can be. But the toughness on him as well. Chris Patolo gets up. Yes, he won't quite know where his marbles are at, but this is an almighty contact against huge big men. It ends up being a bit of a head-on-head, and you can see straight away Xavier Barr is almost apologising whilst 2 and 3 players are still on him.
Yeah, he knew straight away it was a huge hit.
My goodness.
Well, the good news is that Chris Patolo is back up and on his feet, and he's making his way off the pitch now for a head injury assessment. But after a challenge like that, Kyle, it's incredible to see him walking off the pitch like that.
It is, yeah. That incident has been put on report.
On in his place, number 14, Fenton Rogers.
But more importantly, the number 23 for the Giant, Chris Patolo, and that angle just shows it all in its ferocity.
Back underway then, and Huddersfield, a real shock to the system for them. York in possession through Paul Vaughan on his own 40-metre line now, and you just wonder whether the momentum will drop off a little bit after York were really flying due to that stoppage. Now Barmforth getting it away, and then a high hoisted ball once more from Cody Hunter. Flanagan underneath it on his own 10-metre line, takes it well, but straight away, look at that, he's gained what, 3 metres before the York Knights defenders come straight thundering on top of him.
Yeah, and that head knock to Patolo as well, you add into that Asher O'Donnell losing him. We've yet to see Matty English get out there. A bit of a reshuffle. That's 2 out of this original 17.
Gaia, short pass off through the back, all over the top again. Happy to try and offload it. And as Dunford is tackled, Huddersfield have had 10 offloads so far in this game compared to York's 8. Rushton trying to steal an extra couple of metres before Gaia once again gets it wide to the left flank for a high slicing kick ball, and good chasing there from Adam Swift. Arthur is tackled. Shane waits just behind him. York again trying to steal a few yards through Nofaluma. And just quick pass into Nico Williams. Boot forward from McShane again.
Doesn't quite get the connection. Flanagan collects. Straight into Cody Hunter.
Had a fair bit of work to do there, Flanagan. Slightly caught out perhaps by the position of the kick. To the halfway line again. One thing you can say about Huddersfield is that when they're receiving the ball deep in their own half, they are moving down the field much quicker than they were in the first half. Ball back again for Gaia, and now Lola Heya ready for some support in the shape of Conor Wrench. And now here they are inside the 20-metre line on the last. Russell goes for the kick to the corner. Swift goes chasing after it, but that's nicely picked up at the back by Bennison.
Nice detail again though, Fraser. From Swift, an experienced winger. Bennison climbs high and he just can't help it.
Couldn't stop himself, could he?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a few of them right this afternoon. He gets that one wrong. Straight away, he knows. Shake of the head from Swift.
Bit of relief for York, for a bit of pressure on their own line. Galliano eventually tackled.
Out together! Keep coming.
Shane. Quick hands again here from York as they move it out to Williams, and then picked up well by Cody Hunter, still keeping the ball alive This is good work now from Barmford. Barmford is away. He's still away. Denise Barmford. Can he find a player? He can. It's just in the shape of Taumat Alpha, but a desperate last-gasp tackle from Huddersfield. Still a chance here, though. They might get it, and they do. And it's Denise Barmford who started that move with a terrific run. He's there to finish it off.
Certainly is. Some ordinary defence there once more from the Giants. Just when you think they're starting to get back into this contest. Their ability, their lack of detail, their willingness to put players down. There's Denise Barmford who just gets rid of Fenton Rodgers just far too easily. Just see here, just pushes past him like he's not there. That's not good enough from the big front rower. The ball inside, Tuilola here, desperate again. The bodies are there, but their lack of quality and their detail at this very level. I'm sorry, in 2026 it's way off. Denise Barmford from the base of that play of the ball just slides over and gets his 4th try of the season, ever present for York.
Not sure what's going on with that celebration. I shall leave that to your own interpretation back home to decide what's going on there. But it's all smelling of roses at the moment as far as York are concerned. Bennison again with a second goal attempt, and it's good. John Bennison adding the extras, but what terrific work from Denise Barmford after he'd sold an almighty dummy to the Huddersfield Giants defenders.
Yeah, again, it was ordinary defence. Fraser, he should have been put down and head in the hands, and I think it's something else that Denise Barmford there with that celebration, maybe alluding to the defence that perhaps thinks of the Giants.
I'm not sure whether it's that or whether he was swimming, I'm not sure. Either way, 26 points to 12 with almost an hour on the clock, and York Knights putting further and further breathing space between themselves and Huddersfield. And Jim Lenihan, having seen what looked like some green shoots of recovery against Wakefield last week, now perhaps has to go back to the drawing board.
Well, there's still 23 minutes left in this contest, but it takes something almighty to swing this around. And well, let's focus on Mark Applegarth's side, who have potentially going to go on to win back-to-back wins for the first time in Super League. What a boost of confidence that would be, particularly when you look at, Fraser, of what this York team have got coming up. Hull at home, Toulouse away, and Huddersfield again at home. It could be a monstrous July for the York club.
Flanagan has his eyes on this one. Took it well, under real pressure there from Nico Williams. Yeah, it'll be the defensive frailties, I think, that Jim Lenihan will be disappointed.
He won't like this as
most
well.
About, and in discipline here as well.
George Flanagan just giving Tara Jones a spray. And if that just shows that where the Giants are absolutely at. Again, it's just no need for him. A young man, George Flanagan is, of course, but it's going to be better than that.
Well, if York score from here, it's completely Huddersfield's own undoing. Xavier Var gets it a few metres away from the line. Barmford again goes to his right flank this time. Offloaded, Vaughan. Bulldozing run from Paul Vaughan. Gets an extra couple of metres. Being told to get on with it by the referee. Thompson went down pretty gingerly there. Xavier Var once again. Coming left. This is going to be down the left side. Cody Hunter going for it himself. Cody Hunter! Oh, he's done it again! A second try for Cody Hunter, stretching out the ball when he had absolutely no right to score from there. And Cody Hunter, once more, with a second bit of magic.
He is the magic man, Cody Hunter, here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. But again, I'm going to lay into the Giants because he showed this card not once, not twice, but now a third time, just stepping off that left boot. And you just see all the bodies there, nobody moving, no leg speed, no desire to shut that play down. Cody Hunter, he just gets in between the would-be defenders of the Giants. Joe Greenwood, Fenton Rodgers. 5 tries in his last 3 games now for that man. Started the season up at Newcastle, and he's been a breath of fresh air for Mark Applegarth, sorry.
He certainly has. Brought in, as you say, from Newcastle. This is his 10th York appearance.
Again, Fraser, that's 3 times that he's been able to do that near the line. I mean, how many more times do you want to do it as a group before you realise that that is an opportunity and a possibility as the 2 points is added through the boot of John Bennison. You look at Huddersfield, on average this season, they score 15 points and concede 31. It's just not good enough. John Wilkin described them as a championship club, how they're playing at the moment, and it's very difficult to argue because these 2 teams, you're all coming up from the championship and they've had it tough this season, but they have been miles better than their opposition.
Oh dear.
Goes from bad to worse.
Well, I mean, at this stage in the game, to do that is absolutely criminal. Out on the full from Tuilolahea, and an absolute gift of possession for York, and a penny for Jim Lenihan's thoughts.
Do you know, I understand what he means by his side not being fit enough. You make good decisions when you're fit. Your fitness allows you to do so many basic things within the game to stay into a contest.
Let's head back down to the sideline. Jenna's got some more injury news for us.
Yeah, we saw Giants prop Chris Patolo come off. It was a Category 1 HIA, so he's failed. He won't be back today, and that incident has been put on report.
Thanks, Jenna. Well, it was a huge impact on Chris Patolo, and we wish him all the very best as he makes his recovery. But the York Knights at the moment are inflicting so much damage here on the Huddersfield Giants. And they're close towards the try line. There's another 6 again gets given. Vaughan once more pushing and shoving and pushing his way towards the line and sapping the strength out of the Huddersfield defenders.
They're going to get over again here, Fraser.
Barnforth gets it away. Thompson, quick hands to McShane. Here's the man who's done all the damage. Down the left flank it goes. Oh, that's another one. And David Nofaluma, it's getting too easy for the York Knights now. Well, the referee wants to have a closer look at this one.
I've got no try. Please just check for a potential obstruction in the build-up, then through to grounding.
So another decision to be made then for the video referee, Jack Smith.
Tackle 1, we've got no try. Check for a possible obstruction. 20 is through the line. Right, where could Tuilolahea go from here? So Nico Williams has got responsibilities here to stop short, get through the line. He runs Tuilolahea flush. So we have got a block. Let's now see what effect this has. Tuilolahea would be across in that space that David Nofaluma steps back into. So this will be no try, it will be an obstruction. I made my decision.
Well, there you go. No try is going to be given here. This one chalked off for the York Knights. It'll be a huge relief for Huddersfield, but they've still got an awful lot of work to do.
Yeah, time is against them. I just can't see how they're going to turn over a 20-point deficit.
Fair play to the reaction there from David Nofaluma.
Yeah. Oh, look, they look like they're having fun at the moment. I think that there's plenty more points out there for them if they want them. The little bit of detail there from Nico Williams. So he has to stop or change his angle. Just collide with Tuilolahea, and that means Nofaluma's try.
Just under 17 minutes to go, and it's still a 20-point gap. Huddersfield with it all to do here. As Colgaya gets it away to Mathieu Kozar. Gaia again. Midway inside the York Knights half now. Gaia once more with Russell. Pozar. Less than 20 now away from the York Knights line. Russell once more finding Tristan Powell. Vaughan in there for the tackle, up against him. Geyer again goes for the short side, goes for the line himself, but Vaughan's involved in holding him up there. And that's that.
Drew into the set there. Poor Geyer just trying to...
Vaughan taking a bit of a knock here. Perhaps he's just blowing a bit.
Oh, he's putting his arm up there, he's left the field.
Now keep an eye on that one for York Knights. So well picked up there from Scott Galliano. Have a bit of work to do there. Shane giving it away again for Hunter. That's now in Huddersfield shirts to try and bring him down. Looking to just keep possession in this late stages of the game. It's a good run again from Jack Martin. This is the last one. Barnforth finds Hunter in a charge down there, or at least attempted, and the ball comes back to McShane. That's back to one, and McShane, well, he didn't hear the shout there from Tara Jones, I don't think, or it came a little bit late.
Yeah, I think it was more late.
Yeah, and McShane gave Tara Jones a bit of a dirty look there. Huddersfield back in possession though. Can they do anything meaningful with it? Good work from Swift getting the pass away. Milne. They keep running into dead ends here at the moment, Huddersfield. And you've got to hand it to York the way they've defended in this game, Kyle.
I think
they've done a really good job of snuffing out pretty much everything that Huddersfield have had to offer.
That's been pretty evident in a large percentage of their games, is their ability to work hard for one another, York. And the last pass looked a little bit forward, but Russell, tackle 5, just hoists it and testing at the back there. Oh, Matt Arthur comes up trumps.
Well taken. Very, very well taken. And Tao Matt Arthur. Big tackle in on Bennison. 3 from 3 with the boot for John Bennison. And taking over the kicking duties. Another massive hit goes in there on Nofaluma. Referee blows the whistle, and it's another. Well, they really have been the architects of their own undoing this afternoon, Huddersfield.
Nofaluma once again has caused his opposition all sorts of problems. It's Matty English activated as the 18th man because of that injury to Asher O'Donnell. Just lying around too long.
Well, we've got a few minutes time until you get the chance to choose the player of the match. We'll have 4 possible nominees for you. We'll be getting you to vote for who you think should be getting the awards. A high tackle goes in there.
Can't imagine, sorry Fraser, that there'll be a Giants player in amongst that pick. Because this has all just belonged to York this afternoon so far. Day 1 of Magic Weekend, of course. Tristan Powell.
Atta Hingano taking one round the chops. And probably still dining out on that drop goal from the first game of the season. 1 or 2 Hull KR players in the stands keeping an eye on him. I'll never forget his name.
He's been left out of the squad though in recent weeks, Atta Hingano, so he'll be looking to change the mind of his coach. He's going to get his hands on the football now.
Here he is. Can he do something special with ball in hand? He's stolen quite a few metres there. And very, very close to the line. Here the York Knights is Barnforth. Once more for Thompson. Once more for McShane. And now Matt Arthur. Oh, well on the right-hand side. And this is going to be another easy finish for John Bennison. The York Knights are running riot here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, and it's been a magic performance from them on Magic Weekend.
It certainly has. John Bennison, the latest beneficiary. It's his third score. It was a lovely, neat, sharp, crisp hands. Set him away on the outside of Adam Swift. Huddersfield Giants. They've wanted already a long season. It's going to feel an awful lot longer because they would have targeted this game, Fraser. Make no mistake about it. Neat hands there, over on that right edge. Just sends Bennison over. Thompson out to McShane. And it just goes that catching pass there from the centre. Releases John Bennison. And he knows that that's the knockout blow that he was looking for.
And make that 9 tries we've had so far in this game, so that's 9 times £180 going to charity. Could be a very expensive weekend for Betfred, I think.
All for a good cause.
Absolutely.
You think about it though, again, this game that Lenihan and his players would have been excited this week because of the stadium, because of Magic Weekend, and an opportunity to find a win in a miserable season. But the gulf and the gap has been astronomical.
Well, a miss from John Bennison. Although, to be fair, it was right on the touchline, wasn't it? But he's been good with the boot, and he's been good with his finishes.
He certainly has. That little catch and pass there from Scott Galliano. Bang, bang, bang.
Well, yeah, if it was a boxing match at this stage in the proceedings, I think the referee would be calling it a day and waving it off, because Huddersfield are taking all the punches at the moment.
I just don't know where they go, Fraser. I really don't.
Well, this is the big conundrum that is going to be facing Jim Lenihan now. They looked so much different and so much better against Wakefield last week, and yet all of that this week seems to have gone out the window.
Yeah, but effort doesn't get you enough though, does it? Not at this level. Of application and skill and quality and finesse on the end of it. You can see there the player of the match votes there: Cody Hunter, David Nofaluma, Xavier Vart, Deneen Barnforth, who's added some impact off the bench.
Get yourself on the Our League app to vote for your player of the match from those 4 choices, and it's no surprise, Kyle, that all 4 of them come from York.
Yeah, no, it's been one-sided, hasn't it? You know, Huddersfield Giants, as Asher O'Donnell watches on, but they had a moment at the beginning of that second half where you thought, here you go, but then they just lose ball like that again. Tanner Milne, I think it's just Zenon, sorry.
It's just going from bad to worse.
Well, they're in a hole, aren't they? Let's be honest. And I've been there before, down at the bottom end of the table in my time in my career, and it's a difficult place to get out. The only thing you can do is stick together, ignore all the external noise, and just try and work hard.
Inman back on the field, so McShane gets it away for Galliano. McShane again. It's been absolutely solid. Lovely offload from Hunter. Fields trundling towards the line. 3 in the tackle, eventually bringing him down, but they sense blood here, the York Knights. Cody Hunter, it takes a deflection. Will they get it back again? Back to 1, says the referee. A chip into the corner once more from Mataafa, picked up by Galliano. Galliano drops the ball though, with a try line begging. Flanagan picking it up loose. Well, you would have thought that had York Knights scored there, then it really would be the icing on the cake. Still a good 7 minutes remaining in this game though.
Through Lola here, bursting away. Oh, a little ankle tap there. He's got Swift on his inside.
Lolohea finding Swift. Swift going all the way. Just short. York desperate defending, getting back, but they might get another chance, and they do. And it's Ollie Russell who scores what will surely be a consolation try for the Huddersfield Giants.
Yeah, it was a great offload in back play. It was Tane Mill who sets Tuilola here, racing away 40-50 metres downfield. Adam Swift then's pulled down by a decent effort from David Nofaluma, and only Russell in acres of space. Tane Mill, Super League's top offloader, releases there Tuilola here with a little shuffle. There's Adam Swift on the inside. This is great work, great desire from Nofaluma. And only Russell, your players can't get back, and he just falls over the line. And you're right, for a consolation try, Flanagan adding the extras there.
Well, it's something for the Huddersfield fans to at least take a little bit of positivity away from this game, possibly, but it's all just too little too late.
Yeah, no, you're right, too little too late. You cannot see. I mean, we've been there before, haven't we? But you can't see 3 tries in 5 minutes. However, I do remember Catalan in Newcastle. He was playing for St Helens at the time, and they found 3 tries. I think Sam Tompkins would have been playing that
Whose
day.
fault was that?
Goodness me, I didn't know what hit us.
Sam Tompkins hit you, I think, didn't he?
It was Cassiano, I remember, the last one of the 3.
Well, we do often see some special performances on Magic Weekend, and this has certainly been special if you're a York Knights fan, but if you're a Giants fan, it'll be one you will probably want to consign to the history books pretty quickly, as Matty English gets it halfway across his own half. Hill Dickinson Stadium filling up nicely. A lot of people here in readiness for the game coming up a little bit later on, the Hull derby, of course. As Tane Milne goes down under the challenge. Get it away again for Lola in the middle. Was that forward? Oh, it's been picked up anyhow by Nofaluma.
George Flanagan's final pass there. Nofaluma pinching his pocket. Just thinking about for Huddersfield, you know, possibly the only positive that they've got moving forward is I think 4 of the next 5 games are at home, Fraser. We're hoping that they can pick up a couple of wins along the way, but again, from what we've seen so far, it's looking very unlikely. You see Flanagan's pass there. It's taken out by Nofaluma.
This will be win number 5 for the York Knights. And what's been an exciting but at times frustrating season for them in Super League.
It's a great kick there from Paul McShane. 5 metres inside his own half and just lifts it over and turns the screw.
Just dropped dead on the line, didn't it?
Yeah, beautifully weighted.
Just a reminder, your player of the match votes. Get on the Our League app and decide who you think should be the player of the match, from Cody Hunter, David Nofaluma, Xavier Varr and Deneve Barmforth. Out the back it goes. It could be an opportunity again, and was Cody Hunter just shoved off the ball there. Either way, Huddersfield come away with it.
Tara Jones just thought it was a coming together of 2 bodies with Joe Greenwood. I think it was Cody Hunter.
Both contesting for the ball. Into the last 3 minutes of this game then, with Joe Greenwood for Huddersfield, just short of the halfway line. McShane going chasing in, rolling back the years there. Paul McShane, the 2020 Steve Prescott Man of Steel. And still plenty of life in the old dog yet. There's a no-look pass there from Lola Hay, but he's claiming there was a hand in there. Captain's challenge coming up then.
Okay, we've got captain's challenge. Huddersfield a chance of decision of a knock-on.
So Huddersfield challenging the decision of a knock-on. It was a bit of a no-look pass, wasn't it, from Tuilola here.
The initial thought was it was a dead set knock on. I think it's that right hand of Atta Hingano.
Yeah.
And I think those pictures there confirm it. Yeah, Tara Jones got that one wrong.
Yeah, Huddersfield with a successful challenge. You could see Atta Hingano just with a little enough of a hand in there to force the ball backwards. Small crumb of comfort for Huddersfield. Tons to look forward to, of course, over the course of this weekend. All the derby matches will also be over in France, in Castres, for Toulouse versus Catalans. This is a lovely run, though, from Flanagan. Flanagan going into the corner. It's another consolation for the Huddersfield Giants as George Flanagan dabs down with 2 minutes left in the game, but Huddersfield have left it very, very late, and they just haven't been good enough.
Yeah, just a piece of individual brilliance there from George Flanagan. You feel that his performances probably don't warrant him being down at the bottom of the table, but he just gets past Scott Galliano. Scott Galliano will be disappointed with that. Take nothing away from George Flanagan.
Try confirmed.
Flanagan then with the chance to add a couple extra and make the scoreline just look a tiny bit more respectable.
It's not the story though, is it?
And he strikes it beautifully. No, you're absolutely right, Kyle. I mean, there's two stories here. Is the fact that York have done a terrific job and Huddersfield simply haven't.
Galliano, who's been, he's been fantastic this afternoon. He just gets done there by the youngster. Collects his 7th score.
Full credit to York for taking the 2 competition points, but Jim Lenihan, having already known that he was really up against it with a side that are absolutely rock bottom with only 2 wins all season. Well, perhaps the size of that task ahead just got a little bit bigger. Into the last 90 seconds then of the opening match of the Magic Weekend here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. And it's York Knights who are going to be getting the first win of the weekend. Still trying to find a little bit of something though. Huddersfield through Tane Milne.
Well, if you like your tries, that's 11 here on game 1 of day 1 of Magic Weekend. It could be 12 here. Russell lifting that ball over.
Everybody chasing after it. Benison was one of them. It's taken nicely by Matt Arthur eventually. Shane waiting just behind him, and York will be happy now to just try and run down the clock as Benison keeps hold of it.
Yeah, Fraser, I mentioned
Buchanan.
Back-to-back wins for the first time for York, and they've got some nice favourable fixtures that they will be targeting, no doubt about it. They could find themselves collecting a couple of points over the next few weeks and climbing higher up in the table.
It's been a good performance from York Knights. Mark Applegarth can go home very happy with his day's work, I'm sure. So Milne takes hold of the high ball. Seconds ticking away. The end of the first game. There goes the hooter, and Mark Applegarth taking the congratulations from Paul Vaughan. They will be highly delighted with having got their 5th win of the Super League season. Cody Hunter celebrating, having been all over this game. He's been absolutely superb, but it's no surprise that the Huddersfield Giants players have their heads in their hands right now.
Yeah, it's been a difficult season all year for them, and this was a game that perhaps that they could have jumped off the back of a decent performance last week, but it wasn't to be. And you're right, Cody Hunter with his fingerprints all over everything that was good about the York sees them win this game by 36 points to 24.
It's been a high-scoring encounter. It's been entertaining stuff. A great start, Brian, to Magic Weekend.
Fraser, Kyle, thank you very much. Yes, game one, 60 points, 11 tries, and a 10th consecutive defeat for the Huddersfield Giants. For York, though, a 5th win in their debut Super League season, and a win, of course, in their first ever Magic Weekend appearance. Mark Applegarth and his side, well, look, they've got something, haven't they?
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be happy about for the York fans, for the York players as a club. I thought tonight was the best today was the best performance, I think, in terms of having structure and execution. I thought they were really good. They just put Huddersfield under a lot of pressure early on, and they continued that. Huddersfield, that scoreline flatters Huddersfield. They're not only 12 points behind in that game. They were well beaten, and I thought York were really, really good.
We'll get to Huddersfield shortly, John, I promise you. York, though, and that win for them. Yeah, against a side they need to put distance between themselves and.
Yeah, and I think I've been impressed with York all year. I think when they're really direct with the ball, they look really threatening. The strength of carry that they have, and no Faluma on his own caused Huddersfield so many problems. But Cody Hunter's performance was really tidy, wasn't it, as a halfback. They had maybe 4 or 5 players who played 8, 9 out of 10, and where we had Huddersfield who had 0 players who played anywhere near that level. It was a great performance on a big stage.
Xavier Va, Denise Baumforth, David Nofaluma and Cody Hunter were the nominees for the player of the match. Jenna is with the winner as voted for by the supporters.
And the winner is, Brian, the York halfback, Cody Hunter. He scored a couple of tries. He's playing in his first Magic. His team are playing in their first Magic, and it's one to remember, Cody.
Yeah, definitely. I think with the chat all week's just been trying to go back-to-back for the first time. We haven't been able to do that this year, so yeah, no, it's huge. It's massive here, so